Hello and welcome to the Perth Blue Baggers pod. My name is Louis, your host.
And I'm Marty on special comments.
Today we were reviewing an interesting win against Essendon in round 13. And it's purely a review of the game because there is no need to preview the bye. But we will be doing a mid-season review as well. But yeah, it was a resilient win, but it was also quite sloppy in parts.
Yeah, look, I would say, the good news is it was 4 points.
Yeah.
And if you're still on the hunt just for the wild card, a win is a win. And it's our fourth straight win. So 100% for new coach Josh Fraser. That's actually the most important thing. But, look, that first half was probably one of the worst for 26.
Yeah.
And we say that knowing we've had a pretty lousy 26, and particularly those first 9 games when we were 1-8. This first half was up there with the worst of them, unfortunately.
Well, we've been good in our first half, so it was a little abnormal.
Oh, just, look, we're back to the old Carlton, lack of effort and lack of run.
Yeah.
We're losing the contested ball, and there was no accountability after that. And there was, you could see when that panned out a little bit, guys just not chasing hard enough.
Yeah.
And it was incredibly jogging back as the opposition players streamed ahead of them. So when you turn the ball over, you've got to chase. The only reason we weren't 5 to 6 goals down was because, let's face it, Essendon's a pretty bloody poor team.
Yep.
And they couldn't punish us. They themselves turned the ball over right at key moments in the forward line when they really shouldn't have. That was incredibly frustrating. I think that it was a game between two bottom 4 teams.
Yeah.
Really. And our form was miles off our previous week against Geelong. And so really they could have crucified us and put us right out of the hunt. We kicked 3 goals and a half of football and we were still in the hunt.
Yes, very strange, yeah.
So it was a very disappointing first half. Probably one guy who did kick a couple of goals with Harry Mackay in the first half.
Yep.
Kicked 2 in the first half.
That kept us in it, yeah.
Yep, that just kept us in the hunt a little bit. Thankfully, the new coach made it very clear he expected better, and he asked the team to lift their work rate, and they did. And they did. The second half wasn't superb. I still don't reckon it was a great game by us, but the second half was markedly better than the first.
Yeah.
We clawed our way back into the game, and with got further goals to Mackay, Kemp and Hewitt at crucial times, we'd actually levelled the score by three-quarter time. I do think if there was one point in the game that was really decisive in what was otherwise a pretty poor performance by us, there was a 6-minute burst in the final quarter where we put on 3 goals. That was crucial. In my view, that decided the match.
Yeah.
It wasn't plain sailing at the end.
Kemp Hayward Burn, wasn't it?
Yes, that's right. Kemp Hayward Burn and
also
all good
Ainsworth
goals.
earlier.
Kemp kicked an amazing goal from the boundary line.
Yeah.
Hayward, he does have an ability to finish well, doesn't he? And that was finally Burn. That was the McGovern spoil, I think it was.
Yes, yeah, McGovern.
Burn.
Yeah.
McGovern's spoil was at a really crucial time because I thought he wasn't going to get to the contest, but he really ran and sprinted, got to the contest, spoiled it, what was another sideways and backwards kick by Essendon. This is where confidence really matters. They kick backwards and sideways all the time. And particularly in the second half, I thought their confidence really deserted them somewhat in the second half.
Yeah.
And they didn't hurt us when they could have hurt us. And that chipping it around, when we did turn the ball over, that was crucial. So it wasn't plain sailing at the end because they finally got going knowing that they needed to and attacked. And I was a bit disappointed that we weren't a bit more solid there, but we put just enough space by that stage. And it was a very clever tactic by Mackay, actually, to pretend that he was kicking for goal with less than 2 minutes to go when we were a goal and a bit up. And he actually took 40 seconds off the clock.
Well, by
by kicking
error
it.
or whatever.
No, that
Oh,
wasn't
no.
error. No, he just
That
went
was
back.
a different issue.
He
Yeah.
went back. He was well outside 50. He was going to kick from about 60 at least.
Yeah.
65 maybe. And convinced the umpire that he deserved a shot on goal, which I don't think he probably should have got.
No.
Let's face it. And then he kicked at the top of the square anyway, which he probably expected him to. So, yeah, it was a little bit disappointing that we allowed 2 late goals. But overall, I think in that second half was better. And it was a very even contribution this time around.
Yep. And there was a little bit of the controversy with the with that time clock error. It didn't seem to be a AFL issue. It looked to be Foxtel because 7 didn't have that problem.
For me, that was a storm in a teacup. So one broadcaster had a clock that stopped and restarted 20 seconds later, but it didn't. It appeared to be just at their end, and there was no change to the actual game time. So you stop at 44 seconds, and it jumps to 24 seconds, but that appeared to be about 20 seconds later. And the other clocks just continued.
Yeah.
So, Foxtel, just get your act together, mate.
Yeah, and stop blaming the AFL.
Yeah, stop blaming the AFL. Stop turning it into controversies.
Yeah.
Look in your own backyard.
Agreed. Anything else of note from that game?
Oh, look, I do wonder sometimes when you're playing a team that's not great that you start playing like them.
Maybe, yeah.
And there was a little bit of that. Remember the Richmond game where we were atrocious? Richmond were atrocious. Someone had to win. And they were that bad, they let us win. And bloody Tom Lynch kept on missing goals. And, we sort of stumbled over the line a little bit. Look, the one thing, and I remember I said this then, we were just calm enough and composed enough against an opponent that was less composed than us. And there was a bit of that here too. Like I said, we weren't great. We were well below par. But Essendon, when you keep losing, this is why you should never tank.
Yeah.
When you keep losing, you forget how to win.
Yeah.
And you lack the composure. Winning is good because winning breeds winning. And Essendon had chances and they just didn't take them.
Yeah.
And the number of times that they turned the ball over, we eventually in the second half got more efficient with our inside 50s. Which meant that we were scoring, I think, about every second time we were inside 50, we scored. Now, we bloody kicked straight up. We would actually won by more, but they were simply not scoring from their inside 50s. And part of the problem was they would take so long to get it there, they weren't moving the ball quickly enough.
Yeah, and our defence could
and
set
the
up.
defence could set up, So if you actually look at...
we beat them by over 10% in inside 50 efficiency, 48 to 38.
Yeah.
I think scroll up a bit.
We'll just go back there. So, that was a clear difference, efficiency going inside 50 in what was a close match. Look, we were probably hoping for a much more comfortable victory than that, but really... At the end of the day, you sort of take that. Well, a lot of the stats there are pretty even if you look at it between the two clubs.
Well, it was clearances we got.
Well,
lost.
That's actually a good point. For us to lose the clearances badly against a team like Essendon, if I'm Josh Fraser and I'm looking at what's happening over the next 2 weeks, like what are you working on? You would be disappointed to be losing the clearances in decisive fashion. So we lose the overall clearances 35 to 28. We lose the centre clearances 13 to 8.
Ugh. Yeah.
When our strength is supposed to be clearances.
Yeah.
And we're playing the 18th best team.
And you got clearance beasts in there, like Hewitt and Cripps.
I saw a couple of people played Cripps in there better. I didn't think Cripps had a great game.
No.
I don't think he influenced the contest that much. That's not to say he didn't do anything useful. I think he had some clearances, some contested ball, but I don't think he was nearly as influential. Hewitt played pretty well, but I had other reasons why. It was he was good in the first half when no one else was, and also he shut down Durham in the second half. But I think our overall clearances performance wasn't great.
No, not at all. And then contested possessions too, lost that by around...
Lost by 15. A fair margin there, 132 to 107. So some of our strengths, they took their strengths away from us, which is very notable and something that you want to be looking at closely.
Yeah. Do you reckon previous Carlton before this run would have won that sort of game though?
Now, this is a good question. We lacked, like I said, we didn't play well, but we did ice the clock a bit better than we'd done previously. But like I said, Mackay. I've seen that commentary, but you do have to remember that we did concede 2 very late goals
Yeah.
that gave them a sniff, and in fact, with 20 seconds to go, was it 14 seconds or something? Was it?
Yeah, but maybe
Well,
I feel
they
like we
were
put
in-
the foot off the pedal there though.
Well, I don't know that you can
We
afford
weren't
to
as
do that.
sharp.
I don't know. That's part of my point, though. Icing a game, you don't give away a couple of very late goals like that and give your opposition a sniff. So, yes, it was good that we won, but I think after getting ourselves almost 3 goals up, we probably just fell over the line.
Yeah. I mean, maybe a good second half performance gives them also a bit more confidence. And then in another game where we've been behind and been able to grasp victory.
A win is a win,
It's good.
and every time you win,
Happened against Bulldogs,
You're
Port were
pleased?
mostly in front,
yeah,
and then this one.
yeah. I think the thing that is different under Fraser is we're winning the close ones.
Yeah. Yeah.
And most of them have been quite close, haven't they?
And it wasn't quite a 5-goal run, but there probably should have been.
It was
If
a
they
4-goal run, but you got to remember one of them was way back in the third quarter. So actually, no, it's not. It was
No,
it was a 3-goal.
Essendon. No, I'm talking about Essendon's.
Oh,
Like, you know how we
yeah.
used to,
There was
concede
4
5 goals.
They had a 4-goal stretch, but there was a gap between the first one and the next 3. I think at the height of our poor performance was about 13 minutes into the second quarter when they just kicked 3 goals in a row in pretty short time.
Yeah.
And I was pretty frustrated by then,
Yeah.
to be honest, because I just thought we're just giving this game away against a team we really should be beating, and we're way below our best.
Have a look at those stats there. A second. Efficiency forward of centre in the second half was the difference, as Carlton scored 57.1% of the time they entered forward 50 after half time.
About every second opportunity,
Yeah.
inside 50 is scored, and they
And he kicked a
kicked
goal,
the goal
which
one
we
in
should
3
have
times.
maximised a bit better than that, 33.3% of the time, but that's good. And then that remarks on the clearance and contested differential there that we already remarked on. So, yeah, there's quite a few key talking points out of this game. It was by no means perfect, and it was not pretty. But, yeah, 4 points, take it and run.
I think the key is to then build on it. We've got a bye, so it's probably come at a good time.
Yeah.
And you hope the coach is working through a few of those things and asking some hard questions of the boys, because if they do want to make a run at the 10, you should be winning those games comfortably. And the form that we showed on the weekend, we won't be beating many other teams.
Yeah. So quite a few problems that have rised from that game. So, but we will go into notable performance, our votes. It was kind of slim pickings too. I thought. I mean,
Yeah.
I'll see
agree.
what you've got, but it
Yeah.
wasn't the best.
I think there's 2 ways of looking at it. One is that it was really hard to pick out best players because no one had an exceptional game. But I suppose there was enough players who did something
Yeah.
during the game, a fairly even spread of players who did something during the game that got us over the line.
Yeah.
That's the flip side of that. So I had no standouts really, but I had quite a few players that I think did a few useful things. In the end, the guy that got the 5 votes for me was Harry.
Mackay.
Harry Mackay.
Yeah.
Because he kicked 3 crucial goals that kept us in it. Particularly, all 3 of them came against the Flow.
Yeah.
2 of them were in the first half, and gee, if he hadn't kicked those 2 goals in the second quarter, we would have been in a real mess, and the confidence would have been really low. That second goal in particular, I thought it just gave us a bit of a sniff going into half time, and something for the boys to work with, in that sense that okay, we haven't been great, but we're still on the hunt.
Yeah.
It wasn't just the goals. I mean, he had 10 contested possessions, which is the second most for the team. 6 score involvements. Like it was pretty influential around the ground.
Team high 5 clearances.
Team high 5 clearances.
Which kind of is a bit of an indictment on
it is.
The midfielders too.
And that's the thing. I mean, you look at the clearances stat and you go, no one's really dominated from our boys. In fact, the stat sheet for individuals was well and truly in Essendon's favour.
Yeah.
But if ever there was an example of stats not mattering, if you look at the disposals, Zach Merritt had 33 touches, but virtually no influence.
Yeah,
that is a classic case of that. Sam Durran had a very good first half, but a lot less influence in the second half. Mm-hmm. And Setterfield as well got 29 touches. I didn't think he influenced the game that much.
Barely saw the guy.
Yeah, So for me, I think I think Harry Mackay.
I think
was quite important for us.
Yeah, I think Essendon relied on too few, whereas we had a better spread. Of players too, and we'll go for a few more.
Yeah. So
my 5 votes goes to Harry Dean. 15 disposals, 8 marks, 87% disposal efficiency, 8 intercepts and 5 1%ers. Kept Caddy to 6 disposals and just the 1 goal. Though there is an argument that perhaps he wasn't getting hit up on his leads very well from Essendon, but I still think his Dean's impact was far superior over Caddy. Caddy could have made more of an impact up the ground if he wanted to.
I thought Dean was superb. Yes, there was... Caddy got shocking delivery, actually, from his teammates. Mm-hmm. The amount of times he led and they kicked over his head, So that played in Harry's hands.
Yeah.
But he was very good. Look, it was a really good contest. Possibly my only reason why I didn't score him high, he got 3 votes for me, right?
Yeah.
But he did lose his man twice at crucial junctures late in the game that allowed Caddy kicked a goal and then he set up another goal. Those were the last 2 goals that I kicked from Harry not being on his man. And when he's the best player probably on the other team and the most dangerous forward, you've got to man up. So that was probably just took the slight edge off what was a superb game by Harry.
That's the problem today. It's probably not the strongest 5 votes I've ever given someone.
Yeah, so that's why I'm still going 3 because I think you got to look at his full game. And aside from that, I thought he was very good. And like I said, solid as a rock. I mean, he does compete so well. And the 15 touches, quite a few intercepts. He was a pretty damn solid player. Yeah. For 4 votes for me, I had Georgie Hewitt.
Yep. Same with me.
It wasn't just the 27 touches. I thought, and I've alluded to this earlier, his efforts in shutting down Sam Durham in the second half, who had dominated until then, was really crucial. He also kicked a very handy goal as well. I thought he had a pretty workmanlike performance for Georgie Hewitt in what was, like I said, a fairly even spread of contributors. So for me, he was probably the 4 votes, I'd say.
Yeah, so I gave him 4 votes too. So 27 disposals, 11 contested possessions, 5 score involvements, 8 ground balls, 1 goal, 1 goal assist, 17 pressure acts, just the 4 clearances and 4 inside 50s. Ideally, I would have liked that to increase, and only 4 tackles too.
So, like I said, no one was outstanding.
No.
And I just think he was workmanlike, and if you'd had a game where 3 or 4 other players were superb, it would have been pushed down.
Yeah.
But he was as good as anyone probably that we had.
That's what we're left with really. Yeah. 3 votes for you.
Well, I had Harry Dean.
We said Dean.
I mentioned the 3 votes.
2.
Blake Acres for me.
Yeah.
Blake Acres ran hard all day. He was especially prolific in the first quarter when not many of his teammates were running. And I think this is one of the crucial things about Acres. Acres is in the team for his 2-way running. To get back when we need him and run forward and put the pressure on. He had 18 contested touches, which was a testament to his running, and second highest in the team, 10 marks. His first quarter, like I said, he had 9 touches when no one else was doing much, really, on the whole. And so his effort probably there was something I wanted to mention, and he was involved in quite a few good passages of play.
Yep, he got 1 vote for me. And my 2 votes goes to Ben Ainsworth, who had 20 disposals, 6 marks, 4 score involvements, 1 goal, 18 pressure acts, 341 metres gained, and 5 ground balls.
Ainsworth's goal, his finish was beautiful.
Yep.
Was really crucial. Timely, and so was pleased. I thought Ainsworth was good myself. I thought for my 1 vote, I thought Brody Kemp edged him out.
I could see why.
Yeah, so Brody Kemp was really good. His goal from the boundary line was crucial. That's what set off that 6 minutes of play when we won the game.
Yeah.
No, we just weren't kind of going anywhere, and he gets pushed over the line with a stupid free kick from them.
Indisciplined.
Right, undisciplined. And he was miles outside the boundary line on a wicked angle a long way out, and he's gone for the snap, right? And as someone said, he needed to kick it about 50 metres because of the arc that he's kicking, right? And he just nailed it. It was just an amazing kick.
Wow.
So this is the guy kicked 2 goals in a fairly low-scoring match and helped set another 2 up. So he was influential. He also had 2 tackles inside 50, the most for our team. So I just like how he continues to lead and provide a target. So 1 vote for me, Brody Kemp.
Yep. And he sets up targets. 2 goal assists.
Yep. So, kick 2 goals, set up another 2 goals, 2 tackles inside 50.
7 marks, 6 score involvements. Very good. That's that. One other players of note, I've got here Adam Chera, who's been playing more of a wing role. 18 disposals, 89% disposal efficiency, 11 marks, 5 intercepts, 5 score involvements, 1 goal assist, 17 pressure acts, 376 metres gained, and 4 inside 50s. Again, not his best ever game.
Yeah, look,
it's doing okay on the wing.
He's doing okay. I thought he was pretty good last week. He was okay this week. I thought he was solid. Would be one way to describe him. He had the 3rd most metres gained, which is good. So I think he's having a little bit more impact with some of his possessions now.
Yeah.
So that's handy. I think the 18 touches, I'd like to see him get about another 4 or 5 in a given game, really, to be influential. He had the most marks for the team, I think, with 11.
Yeah.
It was pretty good. Newman filled up the stat sheet. You just look at the stat sheet and you go 23 touches, the most metres gained, 470 for the team. I don't think he was quite, alongside Chera, I don't think he was quite as influential this game as some of the other ones, which is why I didn't make him the votes, but, it's solid.
Yeah.
I thought Will Hayward was pretty good again. His second half of the season to date, if that makes sense, of the whatever it is, 13, 14 games, has been much better than the first half. And he's impacting games.
Yeah.
He kicked a big goal at a crucial time. He had 17 touches, and given he does play forward quite a bit, he goes in between forward line and midfield. That's pretty good return.
Yeah.
Again, a pretty solid contributor. That class to sort of kick it on 45, 50 metres out, that he seems to be able to really nail, and sometimes he produces it when you really need it. So, handy contributor. I thought Frankie Evans was pretty good. Frankie doesn't really hit the scoreboard that much, doesn't get a lot of touches, but he does put a lot of pressure on.
Yeah.
So I thought he lifted in the second half, actually. He was one of those guys that I don't know if you have the access to the pressure meter and the pressure X, and you can look up the pressure X. But our pressure was better in the second half than the first.
Oh, yeah.
Markedly so.
Yeah, I think it was in the 200s in the last quarter at least.
Yeah, and he was one of those sort of guys that, again, not big stats, only just the 11 touches, but put a lot of it with the 3 tackles, but it didn't hit the scoreboard, but he plays that specific type of role. I'm going to do a shout out to McGovern just for that one spoil.
Yeah. There's a few other things that I think he did quite a...
He does use the
too.
ball well. He did a number of
Yeah.
good passes, I thought, as well, at crucial times. But only at the 9 touches and no goals. But I think he did, he was
Been a little bit of a lean patch with goals.
Yeah, he started the season quite well. But it does chip in at different times. So...
It's enough to stay in the team for now.
Oh, no, I wouldn't be
Yeah.
losing. I think he's in the best 22 in form, best 23 in form. Cowan did some good things in defence.
Yeah.
He always tries hard. Always puts the effort in.
13 disposals, 6 marks, 6 intercepts, 6 rebound 50s and 4 1%ers.
Yeah, so that was handy. I mean, they're not big numbers, but handy. Jag had the 24 touches. I don't think it
Not
was
as
his,
much impact.
not his best game.
No.
Yeah, so look, like I said, it was an even game with a lot of contributors, but not many people. Sam Walsh was another one. That
One more. Nick Haynes, 17 disposals, 8 marks, 88% disposal efficiency, 5 intercepts, 4 rebound 50s and 7 1%ers. Bit shaky in the first half.
He had a shocking first half. He dropped everything going around, and it was costly at times. So he did pick up in the second half, but I didn't think it was his best game overall.
No.
And he's normally so solid, actually, with the intercept marks. I'm a big Haynes fan.
Yeah.
I still think he's in our best 23. You remember early in the season, I wanted him in the team because he adds that he's that intercept element. He does really well. He's got good judgment.
Yeah.
Knows where to be at crucial times. So, no, look, he picked up in the second half, no doubt.
Yeah. Okay. That's all of the players that we wanted to analyse. Last final remarks.
For Bombers or... look, it's always good beating the Bombers.
Yeah.
That rivalry is always there. It was a relief. I think relief is a bit of a key emotion here.
Yeah,
that we got over the line. Look, there is a truth that you got to win ugly, and in the event, it's still probably more unlikely than likely that we make the 10, right? If you look at our run home, because we've got a couple after the Giants, we've got a couple of winnable games in Richmond and West Coast, but it gets very hard after that. It gets much harder after that. It's probably more unlikely than likely, but if you do make the 10 and play finals this year, you look back at those sort of games and go, they're the close ones we needed to win.
Yeah.
And they're also the close ones. We kept losing those close ones early in the season, didn't we?
Yep. And in hindsight, that Richmond win is looking
it's the
good.
same. But it's just to think that we're 1-8, and we should not have been 1-8, really.
Nah.
And that's really what's cost us, those 7-game losing streak.
Yeah. We'll wait and see whether we can muster something come the second half of the year. But what we will do is we will be doing a review of the season, mid-season review, and then possibly add a few preview elements to it too next week. So stay tuned for that. Make sure you like and subscribe, and thank you for listening once again. Up the Baggers.
Can the Blues.